While Suho is surrounded by all of these prisoners, he stomps one of them out and says, y'all got two choices: pass out quietly or resist and die. But then they give us a cutscene of a young boy with his grandfather, and he's asking him why he has so many scars. But he doesn't think of them like that. He refers to them as medals, like on some badges of honor type shit. This one's from when I ran into a burning building to save a child. This one's from when I was stopping a drunk person on a rampage. And this, but the whole time he's rambling, his grandson is just thinking to himself, like, why would you go so far to save other people? So he says, it's not that I'm not afraid of getting hurt. My body just always acts first before I know it. And it cuts back to Suho talking to the prisoners. Y'all got two options: just pass out quietly or resist and die. Now they're confused because they couldn't even see how fast he kicked their homeboy and figure he's got to be some high-ranking hunter. But they still feel confident because they got the stardust fragments. So they all start chewing them and popping them like perks and powering up like they Super Saiyans or some shit, as they're overflowing with strength, feeling like they could take on A ranks and S ranks. So you're saying you don't want to just pass out quietly? But then he hears a voice saying, why are you even asking? And we see Lee Min Sung in the background saying, if they've eaten star fragments, then that means they intend to fight back. While you over here hesitating, innocent people are dying at the hands of these escaped convicts. Yeah, that's right. Your bland little character couldn't kill anything anyway, you punk. So what if you change jobs? You're still a rookie on the inside. Come on, try it. Put 4 nice clean holes through my stomach like you did when I was alive. Show me now. After this spirit of Lee Min Sung eggs him on, he completely just squashes this nigga's head. So now the rest of these niggas want to be shook and start charging him as he's thinking to himself, like, what is this? Bro tries to grab him and he just breaks his arm with a punch and slices and dices up the other one as he runs past him. And of course Buddy starts shitting his pants because he can't even see the attack Suho is throwing out. They're all just dying in front of him. Before he knows it, he's next on the chopping block, catching a little back fist, sending his ass through the wall. But then 2 more try to attack from his blind spot, and he finally uses a fraction of his shadow power just to skewer them both before they can even get down to him, and he actually like cut them to pieces. So the ghost of Lee Min Sung walks up and puts his hand on his shoulder like, hey, it hasn't even been that long, yet you've changed this much. It's impressive. But still, you could have subdued them without killing them all. Was it really okay to wipe them out like this? Like a hunter who can't even tell the difference between monsters and humans? You've become a monster too, huh? And he just laughs as he fades away. And what the fuck was this? So then Suho calls on Biru, who's always at the ready, and tells him to eat the prisoners so he can get their memories. We need to know who's pulling the strings behind all this. Why these escaped convicts are attacking people instead of just running away. Biru's like, man, are you alright? I understand you wish to save the humans, but is it really alright to act without hiding your identity? He says, honestly, I came here to save people, but the more I think about it, the more it's pissing me off. We're in a time when we should be preparing to fight against the Eaterum's apostle, and if problems keep breaking out between the awakened like this, it'll be impossible to handle. So at this rate, we'll only end up holding my father back forever. That's why I'm no longer going to hide. I'll step forward and unify everything myself. The remaining descendants of the monarchs, the hunters, the villains, all the items, and even the monsters. I plan to gather every power in this world and use them against the Eaterum, no matter what method I have to use. So Biru's getting hyped like, are you saying you intend to place everything in this world under your command? He's like, bro, I mean as allies. And to do that, we first need to deal with the villains here. To face the many villains hiding in this city, our only choice is to match their numbers. So I won't hesitate anymore. Arise, man. I'm really loving this character progression. I'm loving him coming into his new position as the Shadow Monarch. I'm loving this shit. Then it cuts back to the city and somebody's whipping through in a Bentley as a fireball comes out of nowhere and just completely destroys the car, blows it to pieces. And actually it was a couple escaped prisoners that did it. And how unlucky. Of all times you had to drive this way now. I guess you haven't heard what's been happening in the city. But then voices start coming out of the flames saying, daughter, are you okay? And she says, this is nothing. But we can't exactly demand compensation from those guys, can we? As one of them grabs the door and launches that shit through the air at the escaped prisoners that blew up their car. They're like, what the fuck? Who threw that shit? Bro says, what a thing to happen during our family trip. Still, it's fortunate that it happened near where we were, and Shorty is a guild master named Bake Me Ho. Her father says, yeah, if we're late, your mother's going to nag us. Let's finish this and head back quickly. And we see it's Baek Yoon-hoo. And it's really kind of ingenious how they get to redo the verse because of how Solo Leveling reset everything and give more shine and attention to the side characters that were already here. Like, bro had a whole daughter and now he's getting a fight with her. Like, this shit is